Sunny skies, perfect morning for softball in Orchard Lake, and we've got a doozy for you, a double dip. Orchard Lake St. Mary's against South Lyon to start it off, and then we'll follow it up with the Eaglets taking on Livonia Stevenson. Hello again, everybody. My name is Chad Bush. Glad to have coverage here on the Prep. And Chloe Hugg on color commentary today. Good morning, Chloe.
Good morning. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good.
We've got bright skies, a great day for softball, a beautiful venue in Orchard Lake St. Mary's, the best campus in the state of Michigan. And we've got softball here, and this is exciting. Let's start with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. They're led by a new first-year head coach in Dave Langlo. Tell us about what this team's all about for the Eaglets.
Man, this is going to be a super gritty team. You got a gritty coach, Dave. He's great. He loves the base run. He loves it so much. So we got Maddie Anson. She's one of our star players that we're going to see today. She's going to Kentucky. She's going to do a great job today for them. And Mia Tribal is another one of the big names. She's going to go to James Madison. So, yeah, those are the big names that Coach Dave had given us. And they're both big power. They both got power, and they're both super athletic. So it's going to be super fun to watch them today. And obviously, with the way that Coach Dave coaches, it's going to be a great day full of energy and heart.
And the Eaglets come in on a hot streak, their best run of the year, 4 straight wins. On the other side, it's South Lyon, 16-6 now, second best in the LVC. And this is an interesting storyline, and this is a very good South Lyon team, Chloe.
Absolutely. So we got Coach Dave. He was formerly the coach at South Lyon. He was there for a while, and they had coachship right under him for a while. He took a year off, but now he's back. He's back in order, and they're ready to show him what's up today. They're ready to prove to him that, you know, you missed out, but there's all love there. I know there is, so it's going to be a great day.
Yeah, a lot of respect both ways. Izzy Noe, somebody to watch at the top of the lineup, all conference from a year ago, and team MVP. We've got the conversation with Dave Langlo next, and we're back with the first pitch on the other side of this conversation. Thanks for watching the Preps coverage of softball. Welcome back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's. It's the Eaglets softball on a hot streak right now, 4 wins. Best streak of the year, Dave Langlo, the first-year head coach, doing a fabulous job. Got his team to 9-9 right now, in prime position down the stretch. A couple big wins against Flat Rock the other day, and one was a real nice come-from-behind victory. You were down by 8 runs.
8 runs in the first inning, came back and won 9-8 in the 6th inning. It's a pretty fun game, yeah. Kids took off hitting pretty well, ran bases really good. So,
what has year one been like you at Orchard Lake St. Mary's as the softball coach?
Do you want the truth, or do you want me to, it's been really
all truth.
All truth. It's been really fun. Girls have been great. Love working with them. It's been a fun season. We knew what was ahead of us. We played a really tough schedule. I think we played 8 or 9 Division I top 2 teams, and got more still on the schedule. They've competed really well, and the expectation is to win a district and a regional. So we're on course for that. We feel pretty good.
Your team has a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed. It's a fun brand of softball. Excuse me, for a guy that likes to run the bases. You got to be licking your chops watching your talent out there.
Yeah, they're pretty good natural athletes. So we always say we like a track meet to break out at a softball game, and they do a good job of that. They make sure they're moving pretty good. We don't steal a lot of bases, but we take a lot of bases. So.
And those bases count big time. The opponent today, South Lyon, a place that you were at previously, won a state title there in 2021, an outstanding run. What are the emotions and the thoughts today as you face your former team?
I love all those kids, families, nice people. So that's why we invited them out, though. I wanted to see them. I knew the weather would be good and come back out. Love the coaches over there. They all, for the most part, were on the coaching staff and been around the program. So should be a fun day, fun game.
It's a neat mix for you with seniors and freshmen and a little bit in between, but Mia Tribal has been one of the top players, and Maddie Anson, your Kentucky commit as well. It's fun to have 2 of those players at the top of your lineup.
Yeah, it's a luxury we're able to have, and we just kind of let them go play the game. We don't have to do a ton of coaching with them. We've done it in the past with them. We've had them both in travel for a little bit. Maddie longer than Mia, but when the game starts, they pretty much know what they can do and can't do, and we just plug and play and watch them.
What do you like the most about your team? You've gotten to know them a little bit. I know you're still getting there, but this is the part of the season where you've kind of settled in. What do you admire most right now?
They stay up. Even if we're down 8-0, and the dugout was probably down a little bit, but at the end of the day, they were still having a dance party, having a good time, and keeping their heads right and keep them moving. So they're a fun group to be around, and that's all we've asked them to do is just stay dialed in, have fun, and the softball will take care of itself.
music is a big part of your game and your team. Who is going to run the tunes today, and how loud are they going to be played?
Very loud, whatever that is. We'll make sure of it. Bella DeGroat will run the tunes, and please pay attention to how she's really good at the fade-outs. So please pay attention to that. She deserves it.
It's all about the fades. Hey, best of luck today in this double dip. Thanks for having us out.
You got it. Thanks, Chad. Thanks for coming out.
There he is, Dave Langlo, getting his team set to go as the Eaglets will face South Lyon in Game 1 and Livonia Stevenson in Game 2. More to come from the prep right after this. All right, we are ready for softball. The Eaglets of Orchard Lake will lead things off, and they are facing a South Lyon team that lost the first game. They were run-ruled 7-0, or no, maybe it wasn't run-ruled. But we are set to go, and this is Olivia Covert to start things off. Having an outstanding freshman campaign, and she leads the freshmen in batting average. It's a nice blend of senior talent and youth, and this is the youth movement right here with Covert.
Yeah, looking to see some small ball here today. That would be awesome. Get some runners on bases. We know that Coach Dave loves to base run, so starting us off with maybe some small ball would be awesome, and just get some runners out there. Starting the day off with some music. We know Coach Dave loves the music, loves to get them hyped up in the dugout, because when they're having fun, they're playing loose and they're staying focused during the day. So definitely starting the day off with some music, and it'll be a strike on number 10.
All right, 2-1 the count. Covert batting .364 on the year, third best on the team. Leadoff hitter and an outfielder doing a great job. Swinging a miss, or excuse me, swinging a foul back. So 2-2 the count. This is what the leadoff hitter's supposed to do, right?
Absolutely.
See some pitches.
Yes, for sure. Give the on-deck batter a little bit of time to, time up the pitcher. And even in the dugout, those girls should be in there getting their time in a little bit so that they're ready to go and starting the day off early with some hits, for sure. Don't want to wait. Can't wait.
Havana Bissett is the pitcher, and it's now a full count.
All right, this is what you like to see. Like you said, get some pitches, and, hopefully she can win it. Win it, whether she has to walk or whether she can just put down a nice little base hit.
Full count leadoff hitter Covert looks at one low and is on base with a leadoff walk. Perfect start for Dave Langlo's gals with a runner on.
Man, this is going to be fun. We see Coach Dave already putting out a sign. So, that was pretty close. But we're going to see some base running today. It's going to be fun. It's going to be electric on the bases.
So here comes Maddie Anson, the Kentucky commit, with Covert on first. And that's the changeup in for a strike. A pretty pitch by Bissett with a dangerous hitter up.
Yeah, you can probably expect that a lot today, especially with the power hitter like this. Seeing those changeup, throwing off for timing. That's the first changeup we've seen of the day. So they're probably going to save those for their big hitters that they've got, because it's going to mess up their timing. Look there's 2 in a row.
There you go, back-to-back changes.
Yep.
That's just downright dirty. It's a dangerous stick in Maddie Anson. The Kentucky commit has it all. High IQ, athletic, good size at 5'10". A center fielder naturally, but she'll play up the middle in this infield primarily to help out, which shows her versatility.
Yeah, she's an athlete for sure. For sure, and that's what softball's all about, especially when you're playing in the middle infield. Just being an athlete, being quick, and that high IQ is going to be game-changing for sure, especially at a high level. Got to have high IQ.
Runner on first, nobody out, just underway. Bissett's pitch is low, and the count now runs to 2-2 with Covert on first, just underway. St. Mary's the visitor. I know it's a bit odd, but this is a tournament, and so they rotate home and away.
Now, 3 out of the 4 pitches so far in this at-bat have been change-ups.
What's she coming with here, Chloe?
I don't know.
A little smoke.
Right?
A little smoke came. It makes sense. Set her up with the soft one and throw the hard one.
Absolutely.
This is one of the top players in Michigan and up for Michigan Player of the Year, Maddie Anson. Inside corner, strike 3 called. There goes Covert. The throw down to second, not in time. So mission accomplished in the runner advancing. Covert had to do it herself. Tribal is coming up, but a big strikeout for Brissett here.
I mean, she was saved by a mile. She took off, and that's the thing with Coach Dave. Like, they teach you how to time it perfectly so that you're diving in the base, and it's not even close, you know. So, and it's all about diving on the outside of the bag and avoiding that tag.
Talk about that.
So Coach Dave's main thing is getting your fingertips on the outside of the bag, so you're as far away from the fielder as you possibly can be, so you're just avoiding the tag. Like, you might be late getting there, but if you get into the base the right way, you'll still be safe because you're avoiding the tag. So that's kind of like his main thing for sure, and just making sure that you get a good jump on it early. And they're just going to keep running the bases, especially with a high IQ team. Even when the ball gets on the field, they're gonna keep running around the bases. So it's gonna be awesome to see. And having that steal early right now, that kind of gives them a good setup for the day. So
Tribal, the leading hitter on the team, 519. She has toughest to strike out on the team. She's only struck out 9 times in 70 plate appearances. To put that in perspective, she's walked 12 times this year. She's struck out 9 times. It's a ridiculous ratio.
Yeah, Coach Dave said yesterday she cannot be kept off the bases. It's pretty hard to keep her off the bases. So, you know, let's see what she does here.
She walks her. It's a wise choice. First base was open. So now runners on first and second. And now this will bring up the Eaglets freshman, Bashawati, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. So Covert walked, stole second base, and now Tribal walks in between the strikeout. So big spot for the freshman, Bashawati, and it's low. Good speed on the base pass. Now, it's not all about stolen bases. It's about scoring from second on a single. Those are things that Coach Dave Langlo is all about. What are you thinking right now if you're Covert at second?
I was just thinking that. I'm thinking we need to advance these runners one more time and put them in a perfect position for just a base hit. A base hit will score both of them, honestly. So, yeah, if we could move them up one, that would be awesome. If not, we can just, you know, hopefully get a base hit on the ground and at least score one here. That would be awesome. But, you know, this is the perfect position for a number 4 hitter to be in the first inning, getting runners on bases and letting them see some pitch. But that was pretty high for a strike. But
yeah, it was. We'll get another look at that high strike in a moment. Paige Bashawati, senior, committed to Ohio Northern University. She'll be a polar bear next year. Change up upstairs, and so now the count runs to 3-1, and the pitcher Brissett in danger of walking 3 in the first inning.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to see that as a pitcher. Those walks can definitely, they're honestly game-changing. We don't talk about walks enough, but, I mean, that's 3 bases right there.
So 3 walks, and that'll set the stage for Riley Higgins, the dangerous junior right-handed hitter. And a kid that has a lot of legacy at this school. Her brother Nolan Higgins is a pitcher at Michigan State.
Looks like they're going to put number 15 on the bases for Bashawati. Try to get some speed back on the bases and get them all in right here in the first inning. That would be awesome to start it off for them. That
is Maddie Grable, the sophomore, who will come in to run. You said 15?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Lots of wheels on the bases.
She comes in at first base, and so now the bases are loaded. Bashawati is subbed out for Grable. It's Covert at third, Tribal at second, and Higgins, who's had an outstanding junior campaign. Higgins batting .333. She's got some gap power. Coach talks about her sense of humor. Says, not everybody gets my humor. She gets my humor. She's a lot of fun. She's very talented as well, and she looks at a fastball on the inside part of the plate for strike 1.
We haven't seen a whole lot of foul balls yet, so trying to see if they can get their timing. Hopefully they can get a base hit really quick and maybe get up 2 here.
Higgins playing first base for the Eaglets this year. Projects more as an outfielder at the next level. That's the changeup that gets over for a generous strike at the ankles. Home plate umpire Mike Schramm. Field umpire is Ken Butler. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and Bissett battles back to get another K against a tough Eaglet hitter.
Man, that's a tough one, but hopefully we can get number 1 to execute here and not leave these runners out on the bases.
So this is Juliana Kaczynski, one of the freshmen.
She's going to be playing left field for them.
Yeah, and she plays all over. Utility player, outfield, infield, catcher. She's pitched. She's in a tough spot here.
Yes, for sure. Coach Dave was saying that they just got a lot of athletes on the team. They like to play gritty, so that's what you need. You just need a bunch of athletes that like to play softball and have fun.
Yeah, they need some contact here. 0-2, Bissett is up, and the old foul back over the head of David Forrest, our trusted camera 1 operator. Up there on the cherry picker. Might be getting time and a half today. Bases are loaded. Covert at third, Tribal at second, Grable at first. And that one is popped up. First base side. Miller is under it, makes the catch. Side retired. So South Lyon gets out of a big jam. Eaglets leave the bases stranded, loaded. Back with a bottom half after this. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender. Chad Bush, Chloe Hugg back with you from Orchard Lake on a beautiful morning. Glad you're with us as we near the top of the hour, the noon hour, but we've got some great softball ahead of us. St. Mary's and Stevenson in Game 2. And we look at the starting lineup and the batting lineup for South Lyon under their first-year head coach, Jerry Shippey, former assistant with South Lyon under Dave Langlo. So this will be Noe to lead things off. Izzy Noe, a fine player, and the team batting MVP from last year, was a big part of South Lyon's semifinal run.
Yeah, I immediately yep, I knew it. I love her confidence going up. Like, she put the bat on the barrel, and that's all we need. You know, that started us off. Even though, obviously, it got caught, but putting the bat on the barrel, they can keep doing that. They'll be good. Ruby
Ignasic handles the line shot to center for out number 1. That'll bring up Miller, who made the final out of the inning. And what was she trying to do there exactly?
It looks like she was slapping. She got under it a little bit. She might be trying to, place it somewhere. Most likely she's trying to place it somewhere, so she can just get on base here. But she'll be quick on the bases once she gets on there.
Left-handed stick against the right-handed pitching. It's slapped left side, scooped up by Anson. Safe. Throw to first, not in time. It's off the glove of Higgins. I'm not sure, even if she caught it, she wouldn't have been safe anyway. Here's another look, Chloe.
Yep. Put the ball on the ground. Nice and slow hopper there. And, yep, looks like she dropped it. So, regardless, like you said, she would have been safe because she's got wheels, and she tapped the ball, which is exactly what she was trying to do. She was trying to place it exactly right there.
So here's Boyer, and she gets one through the middle. So that's a base hit past Mountain. So 2 straight hits for the Lions to start things and open up this first inning. Here's another look at the single, back up the gut.
That's awesome. Yes, lots of contact already. We've got foul ball. We started off with foul balls. Started off with a line drive. Two nice, easy base hits. That's what you need in the first inning just to get some runners on bases. So that was executed perfectly by South Lyon for sure.
So 2 runners on for Ella Glowacki, the junior third baseman, 3-year varsity player. That's a theme to much of the South Lyon roster and lineup. Players that are young yet have still played many years. It's a talented younger class, and the cupboard was not bare when Jerry Shippey took over. He did lose Ava Bradshaw, the freshman at Duke who's rehabbing her injury.
Yeah, but like you said, they still got lots of sticks, lots of amazing, phenomenal athletes on board with them. So losing Ava obviously was pretty tough for them, but you know they're still having a great season, and they're doing good in the conference for sure. They're second in the conference.
Is that right? Cadence Hinkle is on the mound for Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and she's a freshman. And look, this is part of the freshman highs and lows you got to go through, but this is a college prospect. She's got a rise ball that she throws 90% of the time, and there you saw it again there.
Mm-hmm.
It ranges from about 56 to 58.
That's awesome. If they can just keep hitting top half of the ball, you know, keep the ball on the ground, which they're already doing. But with those rise balls, it's really easy to get under it. See how she just got under it with that foul ball? You want to stay. If you hit top half, keep the ball on the ground. You know, ground balls win softball games. My bad.
Both runners were off, both Boyer and Miller. They'll have to return after the foul ball. 2-2.
And we can definitely keep an eye out for the base running on the South Lyon side too, because Coach Ship knows the way that Coach Dave coaches, and honestly, once you learn the way Coach Dave teaches his girls the base run, you want to do it forever because it's really, really good and really efficient. And so he'll probably continue to do that and keep similar.
Full count, popped up right side on the run, and the catch in foul territory by Covert. Throw to third in safely. The throw home from Kaczynski, and that will score the game's first run. Into score comes Miller. 1-0 South Lyon on the error, but there is an out recorded, and this is a great play by Covert to go in foul territory, Chloe, to make this catch.
Yep, she got to flip her feet to throw to third. It was a tough throw to catch, but that aggressive base running, you have to have the perfect throw and the perfect tag to be able to get that girl out, which is why she made the right decision there with taking that third base.
So this is Gaylor, the batter. Macy Gaylor, the sophomore. And South Lyon, a little chapped coming in. They lost their first game 7-0 to Livonia Stevenson. They're coming out firing in this one. Couple hits and a run in this first against the rookie Hinkle.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously they have a point to prove. They came out with a little bit of vengeance maybe on their mind, just trying to show Coach Dave, you know, we still got it.
That's right. You always want to do that. You always want to go back and show your ex-coach, ex-whatever. Fly ball center field. It's off the glove of Ignashik, and this is going to score Boyer, and this is going to be an unearned run.
Right, definitely got to have those for sure. That one run could definitely cost them a little bit. It just went tipped right off her glove, and that'll score.
So into score comes
Looks
Boyer,
like
2-0. Or did 2 runs score? My bad, 3-0 now. It's 2 runs scored on that. So this will bring up number 16, Slevin. Hannah Slevin, the junior, the batter. And Slevin has played catcher as well, 3-year player, another one. Very solid hitter, college prospect. This one's popped up to second base, handled by Mountain. Inning over, but damage done. 3 runs, mostly unearned. We're back to the top of the second in Orchard Lake right after this. Your Catholic faith, it's at the core of who you are, what you do,
and the decisions you make. At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we make your faith and finances work together. From home needs to business needs, from school to retirement, we've got the financial well-being of our Catholic community covered. Visit us today and see how your faith and finances can work together. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Three 0 South Lyon on top. Or is it 2-0? We've changed the score a couple times. It's 2-0. Okay, I thought it was 2-0. So 2-0, and look, big runs for South Lyon. You mentioned you lose the game before. You've been a great team all season, and they were out for revenge to start. How does St. Mary's respond now?
They definitely just need to put the bat on the ball, even if they're, they need to take some swings, get some foul balls, get their timing. They didn't really make a lot of contact last inning in general, so hopefully we can see a little bit more contact for them.
It'll be 7, 8, and 9, McCalla, Ignashik, and Mountain for the Eaglets under Dave Langlo in his first year. Dave won a state title with South Lyon in 2021.
Yeah, definitely an amazing coach around this area. His name is known and everyone loves him. He's a nice, funny guy, but he knows a lot about softball. He's a good guy to be under for sure.
Players coach for sure.
Absolutely.
You could tell before the game, just the way the players were razzing him before the interview. Tell him how cute he looked. It was hilarious. That means there's a good relationship there.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it's quick. It was a quick bond, right? I mean, he just came in.
For sure.
There's a line looper to second. It'll be snagged by Bracali, the sophomore, Isabella Bracali, for out number 1. That'll bring up the number 8 hitter, Ruby Ignasic, as we take another look at the line out.
Yep, looks like it just jammed her a little bit. Bissa is definitely doing a great job on the mound here today for South Lyon. Changing up the speeds a little bit, getting some nice spin on the ball.
She learned under Bradshaw, did Havana Bissett, and it helps to learn under one of the best.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, Ava was a little bit younger than me when I played, but I knew her name, that's for sure,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Man, her name was definitely well known, and I wasn't even from this area, but I think, do you know where she played travel ball? I think
do
she
not.
played for Turn 2, and I played for Turn 2 as well. She was a little bit younger than me, but
Okay.
definitely a big gap in the roster here this year, but they got some good talent still.
Sure do. 2-1 the count to Ruby Ignasic. Her father, Ryan Ignasic, former teammate of mine at Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Teammate for what?
Baseball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for baseball.
Awesome.
Yep. And Ryan was a darn good one, and her uncle, or Ryan's uncle, Mike Ignashik, played in the major leagues.
Wow.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
Wow.
Ruby Ignashik in a battle. Full count one with Brissett. Strike 3 called. Got her on the outside corner. Brissett with another. That's her third. And 2 are outs here in the Eaglet second.
Looks like the inside corner for her. She didn't like the pitch, but you got to protect on the 2 strikes there for sure. They're definitely going to be hoping to get some momentum here with Mountain up to bat right now.
Mountain, the batter, the 9-hitter, working against Brissett. It's that fastball that is in the 60s, but we're going to see the changeup. That's her best pitch, and we'll see that about 40% of the time. Working against Mountain.
Yeah, she definitely has a beautiful changeup. That's fooled a couple of
Yeah,
them, but
it is nasty.
it's such a good tool to have as a pitcher. A good, nice changeup that is a really you need a good speed differentiation.
Yep. Swinging a fly ball center field. Bodrock is under it, makes the catch, side retired. We go to the bottom half of the second. It's still 2-0, the Lions of South Lyon.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
That's the defense for the Eaglets. McDonald at third, Mountain at short, Tribal at second, Riley Higgins at first, Basha Wadi the catcher, McCullough in left, Anson in center, and Covert in right. And Cadence Hinkle, the freshman, on the mound for the Eaglets, who trail 2-0 as we go to the bottom half of the second. And usually the home team is batting in the bottom half, but not here. We're doing what? A round robin today. Livonia Stevenson already won game one, which started at 9 o'clock. They won 7-0 over South Lyon. This is game two. We will be broadcasting the following game as well, which will be St. Mary's against Livonia Stevenson. So Hinkle against Bracali. Isabella Bracali, just a freshman last year, was a starter and one of the best players on their semifinalist team. This is a talented sophomore. Fast hands, and maybe their best hitter last year on a team that went all the way to the semis.
Yeah, going back to that young talent on that South Lyon team, it's key to have young talent because then you're growing them up in the program, and they kind of get to take ownership of that team, which is a little bit about what Coach Shippey was talking about. He wants them to have the team, and he'll just guide the ship.
Yeah, well said. Meanwhile, Hinkle continues to deal. Hinkle comes in with a 5-3 record on the year. She's logged 42 2/3 innings, the most of any Eaglet, and the ERA is just over 6. She struck out 60 and has walked 21. So just a freshman, and riding the wave is the #1 starter. Ground ball to short. Anson is up with it. Throw to first and not in time.
That was close. Let's look at that. Let's look at that again. That was super close call.
Yeah, we'll get another look at it, and this is showing off some speed here.
Absolutely. Ooh. Man, it was really close. It's definitely a judgment call by the ump, but you know, you got to stick with what your gut's telling you, and I think he made the right call.
I think he did as well. Here is Badrock, the batter. Maggie Badrock.
That rise ball is going to be key for her this game.
Bissett was forced, Slevin. Sorry, lost my notes there. Had the wrong team.
That would have been a perfect time to put a bunt down. I really like that mentality right there.
0-2.
Because then we could have just moved the runner, but let's see. Maybe she'll try it again.
Let's see.
It was sneaky.
Very speedy is this player. Very positive, upbeat, Maggie Badrock. Team player, one of the captains. And she's in a tight spot here, and a decision. Do you lay one down? Do you slap? Do you swing away?
Well, she got 2 strikes on her now, I believe, so she'll probably just swing away.
2-2 the count. 2 runs for South Lyon, both unearned. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes. Hinkle with a K, and that's a big one. Out #1.
I would have loved to see some small ball on that. If she would have gotten that down, that would have created a lot of chaos in defense. And I don't know. I would like to see more of that today for sure. Small ball is always great.
That's the first strikeout of the game for Hinkle. He's given up 3 hits and 2 runs, neither earned. So with 1 out, that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Kalen Hystrom, the sophomore.
3-5-3.
The 9-hitter with Noe on deck, and that's a fastball on the outside corner, and the riser's called a strike. Well located, Chloe.
Absolutely. South Lyon's hoping to get her on base here so we can bring up the top of the lineup, bring Noe back up, and that'll be good. Going past her.
That's going to drop in. It's going to take a funky hop and go to the corner. Kuzinski will grab it, rounding third into score Bracali. It's 3-0 South Lyon on what will end up being a triple off the bat of the 9-hitter Hystrom.
Yep, and it's just going to drop right in front of her and take a weird bounce and just go right past her. And that's going to give her 3 bases. That's huge for them, and also definitely wanting to tighten up that defense a little bit for St. Mary's for sure. Because look, you said that now that's what, 3 unearned runs. That's huge.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll call that an error or not. That one shot to right. That's going to drop. It's 4-0. Into score comes Hystrom, and it's Noe with an RBI single to right going the opposite way.
We've seen some from the beginning, South Lyon with just great contact and just putting the bat on the ball and seeing what happens and seeing what they can do with it. Even that little pop-up that, that obviously scored a run, gave them a triple, and now turned into an RBI. So just keep putting the bat on the ball and see what happens with it. And they're definitely taking advantage of the field and how they're playing right now.
Yeah.
Early in the game, which is great.
They are. Put the ball in play, and crazy things can happen. And good things have happened for South Lyon. That one is slapped the other way, headed, and a fan from South Lyon will make that play. That was an error, but he recovered nicely. We'll see what the official score is there. Got a replay? What do you think, Chloe? Error, no error on the fan?
I honestly didn't see it, I won't lie.
All right. Slapped it short, Anson up with it, no play.
I mean, that's great. Just keeping the ball in front of her is really important on that, because if that goes past her, they're likely scoring on that. So it's best to just, make the play, keep it, and not throw it on that for sure. She definitely made the right decision, keeping it safe, keeping the ball in front.
Hey, right there, Mia, right there. Here we go.
So another hit on the play. And so it'll bring up the 3-hitter Boyer.
And there's only 1 out, so still lots of inning left for South Lyon here to continue to capitalize on the momentum they have right now.
Boyer's headed to pilot school in Daytona Beach next year. Going to be a pilot, 4-year varsity player, and has been a big part of this program.
Wow, that's awesome. You don't see that every day.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's cool.
Squares to bunt, pulls it back, strike called. There goes the runner. It's cut off by Anson. No play. It's a double steal, and both runners now in scoring position with just 1 out. South Lyon running the bases aggressively.
So on this one, she wasn't actually attempting to bunt. She just wanted to get that bat out in front of those catchers' eyes so that she could move her base runners. It was executed perfectly, and the third baseman cut off the ball, but the short was at third base to catch that and hopefully tag, but
off the glove of the pitcher, throw to first, and not in time. And just everything starting to unravel. An unfortunate hop. Hinkle touched. I think maybe if she doesn't, you got to play.
Yep, just tipped right off her glove, and not in time. She's got wheels too, so she was right there. That's the thing with those slappers is if they hit it lightly, because they're so fast, they can get to the base and easy. Easy. I played third base in college, and those little tappers were always the hardest part.
We're going to step aside. It looks like we've got a change. Well, I don't know what's happening here. How long do these changes take? Maybe not. Some defense. Let's keep it here. I don't know how long these changes take. So we'll try to catch up on the changes, but it looks like Tribal
went to short.
And it looks like
Anson went to center field.
Yep.
They probably pulled in a pitcher to go start warming up. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not sure, though.
Yep. Mountain to second. She stays at second. So here we go. Bases are at the corners. Base runners at the corners. 1 strike, 1 out. 5-0 South Lyon. This is Glowacki. Swing and a miss. Runner caught up in between. Another run's going to score on an error. And the play worked. Miller into score. Boyer draws the throw. The throw was bobbled. And it's 6-0 South Lyon.
I love this because I got a chance to play with Coach Dave a little bit, and it looks like Coach Shippey is using his own tactics against him. So this runner on first base, she's not actually stealing all the way. She's going to do a super slow steal and just try to draw the shortstop's eyes so that person on third base can score, and it was executed perfectly on the base runner's end.
So Kaczynski will move to third base. This is popped up first base side. Right fielder Covert comes in, makes the catch. 2 are out now. 4 runs in this second inning.
So that's what you're hoping for with that rise ball, is getting those pop outs. So that was a great out by the pitcher, great out by the right fielder here, but that's exactly what you're looking for on those rise balls. I'm not sure what's going on with the ones that are missing, though. On those hits. But obviously there's been lots of just like little small ball, little dinkers here and there, but you know, it's getting the job done.
Yeah. So Boyer at first with 2 outs, and this is popped up third base side and dropped.
Those are a lot harder than they look. Obviously, you definitely don't want to miss those ones, but when you get those short little pop-ups like that on in the foul baseline, they have a little bit of backspin on them, so you got to make sure that you're really focused on where the ball is spinning, because it could likely be spinning out of the glove.
Glowacki hits it to center field. Back is Anson. It's off the wall. That's going to score a run. And that is going to be a stand-up double for Glowacki. And the Lions are just batting the ball around the yard here in Orchard Lake. Boyer into score. 7-0 South Lyon. Touchdown Lions.
This is awesome. Look at how she got her hands high. That was a high pitch. She got her hands high and just squared it up perfectly. That was a beautiful hit right there. Exactly what you need to do on that rise ball is just try to see top half.
So that will bring up Slevin. Hannah Slevin.
5-4-2.
Swing and a drive into the gap. This one's deep, and this one's off the wall as well. Ignashik will grab it, run into score. Glowacki's in. It's 8-0. And South Lyon feeling really comfortable in the batter's box.
Yeah, absolutely. Just stringing together those hits. Perfect gap in between left and center. I mean, you can't ask for nothing better than that. Seriously, that was amazing. And taking that extra base, definitely have to take that extra base for her. So, good job.
So Slevin at second, and this 6-run inning continues for South Lyon, who has found their groove after they lost 7-0 in Game 1. The Eaglets trailed 8-0 the other day against Flat Rock and would come all the way back to win. The Magic's not always going to be in the bottle like that, but that is a shot to right, a base hit. Slevin into score. And South Lyon in some kind of a hit and groove right now, Chloe.
I mean, they definitely did their homework on how they were going to hit Hinkle, and that's keeping the hands high. She just did it right here again. She kept her hands high and just drive it, nice little line drive to right field to get the job done.
So the 7-run inning continues after Bracali drives in a run. And it's been a hit parade here in the second.
Absolutely, and they're going in there, they're playing loose, they're confident, they're super confident in the box, super calm and collected, and just seeing one pitch at a time. They've been making contact on the ball since the beginning of the game. Really, they've done a good job timing up this pitcher, Hinkle.
And if you're Hinkle right now, what do you do? You're a freshman out there, and it's a rough, long inning.
That, like you said, her rise ball is her best pitch. They're hitting her rise ball, so she definitely needs to change it up. I did see last at bat, she pitched a low changeup, but there it was again, that low changeup. And on that changeup, looks like the base runner recognized that changeup. When it's coming out of the hand slow, you got extra time to get to the base. So, but like for Hinkle, I definitely would just continue doing the same thing. She needs to change it up a little bit, maybe incorporate a little bit more of those changeups. But other than that, they're getting some good contact on her. And
throw to first from Kaczynski is just in time, and that ends the inning. A 7-run inning for South Lyon. We go to the top of the third. Eaglets about to put their hitting shoes on. Back with more after this. The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
So this is how the Eaglets lineup looks today. Covert, the leadoff hitter. Anson in the 2-hole. Tribal at third base in the 3 spot. Bashawati doing the catching and cleanup duties. Riley Higgins at first. Kaczynski in left. McCalla, the DP. Ignashik in center, and Mountain at second base. Under Dave Langlo in his first year. Came over from South Lyon, a place that he won a lot. Built a nice tradition there, and took this team last year to the semifinals, but he's here to build this Eaglet program, Chloe. And look, when you're building a program and you're 9-9, you've had a good year, but there's ups and downs in a season, especially your first-year coach implementing your system.
Absolutely, yes. It takes time. It takes time to learn the coach, the players to learn, the coaching style for sure, and
that's right.
For the coach to understand the players too, and what they're strong at and what they struggle with, and that's okay. It takes time to build a program. That's why it's not an easy job. But we're going to start off at the top of the lineup, which is perfect opportunity for them to get things rolling, string together some hits.
This is Olivia Covert. Having an outstanding year, third on the team in batting at .364. Swing and a miss here. She walked to start the game. It was a promising start for the Eaglets offense. They would load the bases and not score. And then the South Lyon Lions bit back with 2 in the first. Covert back to the pitcher, Bissett. Throw to first to Miller, and there's 1 out here in the Eaglet third.
Let's take a look at that. We've seen quite a few slappers today with those nice little tap hits. That one just might not have been bouncy enough. And also right back to the pitcher is always tough.
Bissett has yet to give up a hit. Maddie Anson will try to change that. And there's a number out in front of the plate. Change up, threw her off, and got her by a half step. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ken Butler said so. This is a close one, but Anson nearly beat this out, showing off those wheels.
Yeah, that was a super close one. And this was a changeup, too. They're keep pitching her the changeup. I don't know. I think she was safe. I think she was safe
yeah,
for sure.
Safe by a half step. Oh, the beauty of replay. Can we challenge it? Challenge it. I'm kidding. We don't need to get to there yet with challenges in high school softball. But if they did, the Eaglets would have a runner on first with one out right now. It's a tough job for these umpires. We're not trying to get on Ken Butler and Mike Schramm. They've done a fabulous job. It's a tough, tough job, and we need officials, and these two have done a fabulous job for a long time. So we're not trying to, we're having fun here. Tribal swings and drives one to right. That's going to get up against the wall. Grabbed in the corner by Hystrom. She'll head to second base with a slide, and that's the Eaglets' first hit. A double and a bullet off the bat at Tribal.
Man, that was obviously a beautiful hit over the right fielder's head. But look at, she just bumped into the umpire here. I really think she could have had third on that. But, you know, sometimes umpires get in the way, and that's okay. That's part of the game.
She says, take that. That's for calling my teammate out. I'm kidding. Bashawati, the batter, it's a changeup that floats over like a bullet with butterfly wings for a strike. Runner on second, 2 outs. And this is the senior Paige Bashawati, committed to Ohio Northern. Ground ball to short. Noe up with it, throw to first, inning over. Eaglets get their first hit. Runner stranded. We go to the bottom of the third at Orchard Lake. Thanks for watching on this beautiful Saturday morning.
It was very exciting to be the first class.
So we're talking the temperature, the humidity.
It's just really empowering, and I feel very blessed.
Walking around this campus and getting to see Orchard Lake, no other school gets to see that.
The way my relationship with all my friends has grown is crazy. It's almost like a sisterhood, just how like the guys had a brotherhood. I think we have an amazing sisterhood.
To be these women of St. Mary's is to be the first woman or person to do anything. You're making a legacy just by being here, going to school. That's not really a thing that everybody gets to experience. You're starting something new.
Chad Bush and Chloe Hugg back with you from Orchard Lake St. Mary's on this glorious Saturday morning. Doubleheader ahead of us. 9-0 South Lyon out on top. And look, this comes at the heels of the Eaglets playing their best softball of the year, Chloe. They've won 4 straight. They had a sweep over Flat Rock. They had a sweep over Regina, their rival in the Central Division in the Catholic League. And notably, in that game against Flat Rock, they trailed 8-0. They're in a 9-0 hole now. How do you handle a situation like this?
I mean, game's not over till it's over. It's going to be one hitter at a time. Definitely need to keep it tight on the defense for sure, not allowing any more runs for South Lyon. That's the game plan, though, is just hit by hit, play by play, and just go back to the basics on this.
All right.
Obviously, South Lyon's looking to keep the momentum going. They've had a great day hitting off. Looks like they changed the pitcher. Did they change the pitcher?
Yeah, Alyssa McCalla has come on, the freshman who is now pitching.
Yeah, I think it'll be good to give them a different look for sure. They definitely need to see a little bit of mix-up here. Maybe bring the ball back low. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about this pitcher, but if she could bring the ball back low since their eyes have been high this whole day, I think that would be beneficial for them.
McCalla, part of the freshman youth movement, has logged the second most innings this year for the Eaglets at 28 2/3. She's 1-2 on the year. She has 2 saves, and she's got a 6.10 ERA. But I mean, this is a core you're going to have for a while with Hinkle and McCalla, both freshmen, Kaczynski also throws. There's a line shot towards Mike Batchis, and he shows off those fancy, fresh feet of his. Kaylin Hystrom, who had a RBI single her last time up. Fittingly, number 9 in the 9-hole. From the left side in a 2-2 count. Ground ball to third. Playing in is Kucinski. Handled perfectly and throws across the diamond to Higgins for out number 1. Smooth play here defensively. A good rebound for the Eaglets defense.
Absolutely. Good way to start it off for our new pitcher coming in as well. Definitely want to start off with a nice ground ball and hopefully keeping that going. She's going to want to keep that going. We don't want great or super good contact. We just want to keep the ball on the ground or in the air.
This is Izzy Noe, headed to Bethel University on a basketball scholarship. She's a point guard, but this is a Power 4 talent in softball if she wanted it. Most coaches feel that way, but she loves the game of basketball, and so that's what she'll do at the next level. She was the top hitter on this team last year as a junior and a talented player. She drives this one to shallow center. Anson will have room, won't have to move far, and she'll make the catch. So 2 up, 2 down for the Eaglets, who've come back quickly to get the side retired with 2.
Looks like she got under that one. Wasn't a super high pitch, but like I said, seeing those rise ball after rise ball after rise ball, just changing that eye level is going to be huge.
The change so far has been effective.
Absolutely.
This is going to be Miller, the 2-hitter, looking to slap something to the left side, and she'll watch that one get outside the zone. The Eaglets started the year against Division I top 10 ranked Northville. They fell 8-3. And would pick up their first win of the season the following game against St. Ursula Academy in a big way, 17-13. They have wins against Lutheran North, DeWitt. It's been a tough schedule for this Eaglet team. They have a win over Lake Orion, who's been ranked this year. As that one's popped. Foul! Great effort by Kaczynski to come back and do a little Superman on this beautiful black turf.
Absolutely.
Look at this effort.
It was really close, too. She was super close.
She got a wall she's got to look at, too.
Yeah, no, seriously.
That one's fouled back towards David Forrest, who's got a net to protect him.
Miller here just trying to get her timing on this new pitcher. It's exactly what she needs to do. She just needs to foul off some pitches, get her timing, and hopefully crack one.
Miller with a hit and a couple of runs scored. Slaps one off the pitcher's glove, perfectly to second, throw to first, got him. Fine play, it's off the glove of McCalla, and Mountain tracked it beautifully to haul it in and get the final out, Chloe.
Absolutely, and this is a new second baseman they just put in. They just switched her out, put her in, and she executed.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
That's the Eaglets bullpen getting hot and loose, and working down in the Eaglets pen is number 15. That's Maddie Grable, the sophomore. Eaglets down 9, but they did get a hit last inning, and perhaps second time through this lineup against Brissett, the pitcher. They'll have a chance, another opportunity here.
Yep, we're in the 4th inning now, so it's definitely time to turn on the gears for St. Mary's. Looking to string together some hits here, score some runs so that they can just chip away at that score.
Of course, the run rule is 8 runs after 5, so you got to think about that as well. Eaglets don't want to get run ruled
Absolutely,
against
but
their coach's former team.
yeah, for sure.
So that's a
one
margin.
at a time, though.
One at a time. They did it the other night on Thursday against Flat Rock.
That's the beauty of this game, though. It's not over until it's over, and literally anything can happen. I mean, we saw a bunch of runs in the first couple innings, so why not do it at the end of the game, too?
It could be coming. Don't go anywhere.
Right?
Pitch misses outside. We should get the profiles and stuff. I feel like we haven't done any profiles. We need to get South Lyon because if the game ends next inning because of emergency, we'll never have it. 3-0 the count to the leadoff hitter in this inning, and she does what a leadoff hitter's supposed to do. Higgins draws a walk in a fine at bat.
Absolutely, and you know, Bissett has had a super good game so far, so she's looking to keep it going, but obviously it could be subject to change, you know. But she's done an amazing, phenomenal job with those change-ups. The change-ups have been getting them all game. It's been really fun to watch, but obviously annoying as a hitter.
No doubt. Up in the box is the freshman Kaczynski. Looks at a strike from Brissett. Brissett's gone all the way. She's the top pitcher on this team. She took over for Ava Bradshaw last year in the middle of the game in the semis against Lake Orion. And a tough assignment after Bradshaw was injured in the game after she had hit a home run. It was Brissett that was called upon to replace her. Bradshaw hit a home run, crossed home plate, stomped on home plate, and blew her knee out.
Wow.
In the semifinal, and Brissett had to come in and ride the wave. Pop-up shortstop, that'll be out number 1.
Yeah, but for Bissett, you know, that's exactly what she had been training for, training under Ava Bradshaw to come in big games like those, and it just be light work because you've watched this person mentor you and just be confident on the mound.
Yep.
And trying to replicate that, you know, you can't ask for a better mentor. Really, you really can't, especially just playing at that high level.
That's it. So Bissett has walked 4, struck out 3, and given up 1 hit. That one's grounded to third. Throw to first. In time. Fine play by Glowacki, the third sacker, to get it across to Miller for out number 2.
They've had a lot of hits like those this game, but this one didn't fall.
So here is Ruby Agnostic, the center fielder, with a runner in scoring position at second. Big cut by Ruby. It's Higgins at second. She has good speed. Can score on a base hit.
Absolutely. We got 2 outs, so looking to do some damage on 2 outs for sure for St. Mary's.
Ahead with 2 strikes now. Chance for Agnostic to drive in a run. Swing and a miss. Brissett with a K, her 4th. Inning over. Eaglets get a base runner, nothing across. We go to the bottom half.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
That's Dave Langlo in his first year, the head coach. Well accomplished in travel ball, and then at South Lyon, was at Novi, and the Eaglets are glad to have him. South Lyon 2019, but the big year was 2021. They won the state title, and Eaglets got a real good one, and Dave Langlo, former Sterling Heights Stevenson grad in high school, and worked his way to the west side. transferred from the east side, and he's done some great things already, just year one. Ground ball sharply to second. Mountain will hand it cleanly and throw to Higgins, and a quick out for South Lyon here in the fourth.
Absolutely. Looking to just, you know, get the ball on the ground, continue to, you know, find those gaps. And they did a good job. So just trying to keep that going, get it started again. Dave is obviously a great coach. He also is assistant coach at Lawrence Tech University in Southfield. Yep. So I got to play with him a little bit there for a couple years. He's phenomenal. So seeing that college level too, he's kind of got his hand in a bunch of different areas of softball, the softball world, and those are the type of coaches that you wanna get along with and allow to mentor you. I wish I could have had some more time with them.
Yeah. Well, what were some of the things that stood out from playing with him that maybe other coaches didn't possess?
Like I said, base running. Base running was a huge thing and really opened my eyes to what kind of damage you can do on the base pass, because it's not just one base at a time. We're looking for multiple bases. So he's always looking for the next base. He's always looking to push, because you know you'll get it next time. But like if you get out on bases, then you know you can kind of adjust a little bit to the defense. But taking those chances, because most of the time, like I said earlier, you have to get the perfect tag. You have to get the perfect throw and the perfect tag, and you're more likely to be safe on certain situations. So and also knowing yourself and knowing what kind of base runner you are, what kind of wheels that you have, and how you can test the limits.
Ground ball to third. Kaczynski will throw over to first, and the Eaglets defense is sharpened up, and they get 2 quick outs. Yeah, no, it's a good point. And when you get more confidence in base running and you take more chances, the more you're going to do it. And when you get the system planned out, timed out, that's a repeatable process.
Absolutely. And when you watch the high level college softball, they're running the bases like crazy. They got wheels. A lot of the girls have wheels, and they take risks. So he coaches like that.
Riley Higgins records the final out. The Eaglets get South Lyon 1-2-3. They've got to score some runs in the fifth to keep this train a-moving. Let's find out if they will on the other side of this timeout. Thanks for watching. We're the Prep.
The shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores.
Well, the Eaglets 9-9 on the year, 4-5 in league play. They play out of the Catholic League, Division II, and they play in the Central Division. 4th year as a program. And Molly Campbell started this program, and Dave Langlo has taken over this year. They lost in the regional finals in their first year as a program, but it was a district championship for the Eaglets in 2022. Notable alums, how about Mike and Gary Ignashik, the uncles of Ruby, and Mike, a grad of 84, Gary of 67. Both had time in the major leagues, and of course tied to Ruby Ignashik, the Eaglets center fielder. Eaglets need runs. It's an 8-run mercy rule, and this is their final chance to get a run.
Yeah, I mean, Bissett has been pitching a phenomenal game. They just haven't been able to get super good contact on the ball. Like from the beginning, they weren't really fouling off. They weren't getting great timing, and then that rise ball, the rise ball has been, or actually it was the changeup. The changeup has been what's getting them this game, but it's because they have such power hitters that they like to hit. They like to see those fast balls so that they can get some power behind it. But with the changeups, it's really hard to.
Havana Bissett with another K here, her 5th of the day, and here's how it went down. Another changeup and another dazzler.
Absolutely, she's definitely showing her expertise today.
Yep. So here's Olivia Covert, the left-handed hitter and leadoff hitter for the Eaglets. Swing and a miss. 1 out in the 5th. Eaglets with 2 outs to work with. They've got to score 2 runs or the game ends. There will be softball after this. As that pitch is taken low, we'll have Livonia Stevenson, who already has a win today. They'll take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's next. We'll have that here on the prep. That's the changeup. It's popped up. Hustle by the catcher, Slevening the third baseman Glowacki, but
now, what do you think? Whose ball would you say that was?
I would say it's the third baseman's ball because they've got the best angle, and you never want to catcher. I mean, I caught, so
absolutely.
I know that you don't ever want to trust that catcher hauling down with their gear.
Yep.
Line shot, center field, base hit for Covert. She's been on base twice today and has been the most productive offensive performer. She's got a solid hit here with an out already in the 5th.
Just line right up the middle, beautiful contact. Like I said, chip away. Just one hit at a time, bringing one runner at a time. And she's at the top of the lineup for a reason, right?
That's it. 3rd best on the team in average. So here come the Eaglets' meat of the lineup, the 2 Division I big boppers, and Anson and Tribal.
Just starting this batter off with the changeup, like that's really key for her because nobody wants to swing at a changeup on the first pitch, so they're not going to, and that's an automatic strike.
That's right.
As long as it's, a strike.
Yeah. No, you're right. So this is Anson. High softball IQ, good on the bases, takes extra bases so well. And a masher, 7 home runs on the year. 4-year starter, headed to Kentucky. Tops in home runs and RBIs on the team. 7 long balls. That one would get them under the threshold here.
Looks like number 25, Allen, went in for number 1, Noe, at shortstop.
Fly ball left field, and that's deep, but it's foul. That was gone, but just a bit wide. I'm sorry. What was the substitution?
Number 25, Allen, in for number 1, Noe, at shortstop.
All right. So, Rocky Allen, R-O-C-K-I, is Rocky Allen, the senior. But right now, Maddie Anson up in a big spot in a 1-2 count with Covert on first. And that one is grounded through the whole left side past Allen. Tested immediately. And so the Eaglets get back-to-back hits. And now they got a big bopper who already has a hit in this game in Mia Tribal.
Yeah, that's a big name. That was a big name for the game. She's got the best hitting stats on the team. She's all-around, well-rounded athlete. She plays everywhere. She's kind of like a little utility in the infield, and hopefully she's going to get the job done.
519 average. She looks at that changeup and says, I've seen that one before.
Right?
She's got a brother at Brother Rice. She's got a brother at St. Mary's. Drew Tribal plays for the Eaglets on their baseball team, ranked number 1 in Division II in this last week's poll. A lot of talent in this family. Popped up, foul out of play. Her other brother's a freshman on the varsity at Brother Rice in basketball. And if you're a freshman and you make the varsity at Brother Rice in basketball, you're a good player. Not only that, he was in the rotation. So there's a lot of talent in this family. Mia Tribal headed to James Madison.
It looks like she's switch hitting. She's hitting on the other side of the plate right now.
Okay. Well, now's the time to do it. She's ahead of the count, 2-1. Anson on first, Covert on second. That one is driven to center and deep, and that's going to get over the head of the center fielder, Badrock. Covert around third, into score. To third goes Anson. And how about it? It's a double for Mia Tribal, her second hit of the day, a mash to center field.
And look at that. That's exactly what she's there to do, right? So, and that was score one that they need. Knock one off the board, so that's a beautiful hit by Tribal. She got the job done.
She did.
Like we knew she would.
Yeah. Tribal's big power numbers. So Basha Wadi is the batter. Anson at third, Tribal at second, and now the Eaglets with that ever-important game-continuing run at third base with one out, Chloe. How do you get her in here?
I would say hit the ball to the right side. Maybe score two of them. But,
Down low,
you know, just
2-0.
find a gap. All we got to do is find a gap, and definitely we'll score one for sure. Aiming for the right side.
Havana Bissett has gone all the way. And that changeup has been something. 5 Ks in this game, but she's run into a bit of a challenge here as the Eaglets try to rally to keep this game alive in the 5th.
That was a beautiful pitch right there. Jammed her high inside.
Two and one. Bissett to Bashawati. What a battle. And it's the changeup again, and it evens the count, and that was just downright dirty. Call it pulling the string. I mean, this is something.
That's a beautiful pitch right there. That's hard. That's pretty much impossible to hit. It's really hard to get that high inside. Most of the time, people don't even like to swing at those, but because if you don't get it out in front enough, you're gonna get jammed every single time.
Bissett about to throw her 85th pitch of the morning. Turned afternoon. Bashawati awaits. It's the changeup surprise, and she got her. 2 outs. Even if you know it's coming, it's not easy to hit.
Right. I know it's been amazing today. That changeup. Man. And it's a strike. Like, even if she didn't swing, it's still a strike.
Yep. So that'll leave things up to Riley Higgins, the talented junior with runners at second and third, 2 outs in the 5th. And that one is shot off the glove, up the middle. It's a base hit. It's going to score a couple runs. And Riley Higgins drives in 2 with a bullet up the middle. And the Eaglets score their second and third runs of the afternoon.
Right off the pitcher's glove, and that's exactly what they needed. They just needed some contact and score the runs they needed to keep the game going.
Clutch hit for the college prospect, Riley Higgins. And so now that'll bring up Kaczynski, the freshman, looking to keep the train a-rolling. Check swing, did she go? Yes, she did, according to Mike Stram.
She didn't want it, but her bat did.
Yeah. Riley Higgins takes second base to get into scoring position. She's got great wheels.
Yeah, that was perfect. See the ball on the ground, you go every time.
Kaczynski, the freshman, grounds it to third. Glowacki with it. Throw to first, and it gets past the first baseman, Miller. Higgins will score. Down to second goes Kaczynski, and the Eaglets have cut this thing in half in the 5th.
There you go. That's exactly what you got to do. Just put the ball on the ground and let the defense make errors. She fielded it cleanly, but it was just a little bit low. Rolled past her, and she was able to get to second on that and get an RBI.
Maybe had a little more time than she thought and rushed that throw a little bit.
Yeah. She could have set her feet a little bit more for sure.
Mm-hmm. Now, what positions were your softball positions?
So I grew up catching.
Mm-hmm.
I played short in high school, and I played third in college. So I've kind of been utility, playing everywhere, athlete kind of thing.
Awesome. Utility.
Yep.
Multi-talented. Swing and a miss. So this is McCalla, who came in relief to pitch, the freshman in another spot here where she could help her cause and her team. That one is flown to center, should end the inning, but not the game because the Eaglets strike back with 4. Let's keep this thing going. Eaglets, known to come back. Don't go anywhere. We got some fun in Orchard Lake. Glad you're with us. Thanks for watching.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
So McCalla back on the bump, and the Eaglets trying to shut things down here in the 5th. Meanwhile, South Lyon saw 4 runs get up. They were ready to go have a nice little picnic and take a break, and Eaglets come back swinging and clawing, and all of a sudden we've got a 5-run game here in the 5th, Chloe.
Yeah, definitely St. Mary's. They can just lock up the defense right now and get back to hitting. That's what they're looking to do right now. And South Lyon's obviously not looking to do that, looking to keep the ball on the ground.
Yeah, aggressive and a pop-up, just what the Eaglets ordered. Covert retires it in right. And so with Slevin retired, that will bring up Bracali, who's already had a couple of hits in this game and RBIs. And Brock grounds one foul past the ever-hustling Kuzinski.
Like you said, this pitching change was definitely what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, just a different look. No doubt. So 2 hits, both singles for Bracali. That one is inside the bag, and that's going to the corner. Rounding first, headed to second, and that's the 3rd hit of the day for Isabella Bracali.
That was an amazing hit. It was really close call, but obviously the umpire's going to have the best view on that. I thought it was just outside the line, but
I thought it might have gotten off the glove.
oh,
perhaps,
maybe. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Kaczynski, hard to tell because it was a sunlight play. That one's soft line to second and snatched by Mountain. Tribal hustles over to perhaps get a double play, but nothing doing. Good savvy base running by Bracali, and the Eaglets get the 2nd out of the inning.
Yep, that was an amazing hit. Definitely got to follow it up with a little bit more action, though.
Yep. So here's Hystrom, who has a hit today. Great play by Paige Bashawati to save that from getting to the screen. The left-handed catcher with a great backhanded catch that keeps the runner at second. And the riser is too tall. This is the 9-hitter, Hystrom. Noe in the on-deck circle. And if you're the Eaglets, that's not the hitter you want to face, and Noe.
Yeah, absolutely. But with 2 outs, they're hoping maybe we can wrap it up before that.
You know what? I'm wrong. Noe was replaced in this game last inning. So it's actually Rocky Allen in the on-deck circle. All right. Glad we talked through that.
So how old is Rocky Allen? Do you know what year she is?
I do. She's a senior.
Okay.
She's one of their 4 seniors or 3 seniors. That one gets to the back, stop, and the runner's going to keep running until she's tired, I suppose. Here's another look at the pass ball.
Yep.
It was
pass
ball 4, but taking that extra base to second.
Yeah, for
An
sure.
important
You got
base.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Then you got 2 runners in scoring position, and hopefully this pinch hitter can get the job done in place of Noe.
Allen looks at a fastball at the waist for strike 1. 2 big runs out there for South Lyon. They're big for St. Mary's, too. They want to shut this door down. South Lyon wants to gain that lead back. To second base and under the glove of Mountain, into score, 2 runs, and that will push this to a 7-run lead just like that. South Lyon with a clutch 2-run single.
Yep, that'll do it. That was a really, that was a good hit up in the gap. She couldn't get to it. And then obviously having that runner in scoring position was exactly what they needed to do. That's amazing that she took that base, because otherwise, we wouldn't have scored 2 on that.
That's right. Extra bases. They can kill in this game.
Yep, and that's exactly it. Like, base running can literally be a difference maker.
Dave Langlo, ironically, implemented that at South Lyon.
Right.
And again, a fun matchup today for Dave Langlo, guy who coached at South Lyon and led them to a state title in 2021, and taken over here at St. Mary's in his first year, playing his former team playing him. But both teams with a promising season. Popped up, shortstop will take it. That's Tribal, inning over, but not before a couple more insurance runs for the Lions as we head to the 6th.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Chloe Hugg and Chad Bush with you from Orchard Lake St. Mary's on this glorious Saturday afternoon in northern Oakland County. And South Lyon on top of Orchard Lake St. Mary's 11-4, looking to break their 4-game win streak, their longest of the season. The Eaglets were down 9-0 last inning. They put up 4 to make it 9-4, and then South Lyon, appropriately enough, comes back and says, we're going to get a couple more just to make sure we're good.
Yep.
So this is Ignashik, the batter, and Ruby skies it to right. Second base, rather, and Bracali hauls it in. First pitch out, and that will bring up number 24, Mountain.
Definitely got to have that pop-up, but it is a windy day today, so I'm glad that the wind didn't catch it or anything like that. Just able to make a nice, clean play on it.
It is windy.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really do a broadcast unless it's the wind is plus. Like, we just don't. I mean, if there's wind, we're there. Look at that. I'm not kidding. I mean, it's like 15 miles an hour or more. We're not doing a broadcast. Swinging a foul back. Reese Mountain, the batter, just a freshman, college prospect. She wants to do it in college. Great athlete and knows how to run those bases well. They want to get her on right now. The Eaglets need base runners. They trail by 7 in the 6th. Popped up in play. First baseman Miller should have room and time, and she does. And that'll leave things up to Olivia Covert here in the 6th.
Yep.
But set Mountain back in this inning.
Back to the top. Last inning, she definitely got on base last inning, right?
She did. Got on base with a single up the middle and scored.
Yeah, I love to see it all day. Everyone out here is athletes, and that's the name of the game.
And it's a very athletic Orchard Lake St. Mary's team. Not all the big home run power. Of course, some from Tribal and Anson, but really this is a team that wants to run, take extra bases. And Covert has set the table at the top in this game. Been on base twice and scored a run. She looks at one outside. What a freshman year for Olivia Covert. She's played right field, center field, smallish in size, but boy, she's been a big part of the production and the team this season. Big in talent.
That's another player here we talk about, that young talent, and that she's gonna be defining this new program for sure. She's gonna stick it out with Coach Dave, hopefully for the next couple years, and make something great out of this program.
Yeah. Part of 4 freshmen, make it 5 freshmen in the starting 9 today for Orchard Lake. And she's the top hitter out of the freshmen, and she's the 3rd best hitter on this team. Trying to keep it moving here. Good take low. 3-1 with 2 outs in the 6th. Bissett having to battle against the rookie.
Definitely want your top of the lineup to have good eyes, being able to see the ball and swing at the right pitches. And keep the low ones low and high ones high.
That one is flown to center and a base hit for Covert, her 2nd of the game, 3rd time she's been on base. And Olivia just gets enough to let that thing drop down and give the Eagles continued life.
Yep, that's all you need. You don't need anything too fancy. Just going back to the basics, putting the bat on the ball.
And it brings up Maddie Anson. And Anson, as we all know, has got the ability to get a couple runs back real quick. There goes Covert, and that's her 2nd steal of the day. So Covert now in scoring position, causing all kinds of chaos out there in this 6th inning. Another look at the steal here.
Yep. It was a beautiful, beautiful dive like I was talking about earlier, and as soon as you see that downward spin on the ball, you're gone. As soon as you know that that ball's going to hit the ground, you got to get the base on that for sure.
Ground ball to 3rd, throw to 1st, inning over. So, back with more after this. 11-4 South Lyon on top of St. Mary's.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
So this game has been called due to time limit, and this one's over. So South Lyon wins it 11-4 in 6 innings. Havana Bissett started this game, and she did a great job on the mound, Chloe. She ends up being the winning pitcher. 6 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 3 earned runs. Gave up just 6 hits. She really set the tone for South Lyon.
Yep, she pitched an amazing game. Like we talked about earlier, she was raised up under Ava Bradshaw, who also has a phenomenal rise ball. So that rise ball was amazing today for sure, and obviously the change-ups.
She did get some help with the bats today as well. Multi-hit games for Miller, Boyer, and Bracali, who had 3 in this game. It was a big inning. It was that 7-run inning in the third, Chloe, that really got things and got South Lyon comfortable in this game.
Yeah, definitely got them comfortable, but also they were stringing together the hits the entire game, which is the key to softball, is like being consistent, because you can have a big inning, but when it's so easy to come back sometimes that it's not enough. So you always have to just keep consistent. Maybe score a couple runs every inning, score 1. So they did a really good job of just staying consistent and playing super loose and confident today, which I always love to see, is nice, loose, confident mentality in the box, which they did great at.
And they took advantage of the freshman Cadence Hinkle, who maybe didn't have her best stuff, and there was some offense for the Eaglets. Tribal with a couple of doubles in this game. Covert with a couple of hits and scored a run, but just not enough from the Eaglets offense on a day that they didn't really put it together outside of that 1 inning that they were able to put up 4 runs.
Yeah, and also just talking a little bit about the Eaglets' defense early in the game. They struggled on defense, and that honestly kind of set the tone for the rest of the game. So if they could have maybe cleaned up those errors in the beginning, their mentalities would have been a little bit different in the box, but I think it just had them playing a little bit more timid than normal, and obviously they wanted to live up to the name of being under Coach Dave now, and there's a lot of pressure on the game for sure. And Coach Shippey said before the game that it was going to be an emotional game, lots of heart. There's a huge reason why for all of these players out here today. So definitely a great day. It was fun to watch.
It was, and we're not done with all of it. Here's some highlights from the ball game. And the South Lyon hitting shoes were on early, 2 runs in the first, and some errors, as you mentioned, that led to unearned runs. And they didn't really give they didn't really give the starter Hinkle as much to work with. But the Eaglets would have some defensive miscues. South Lyon would also combine it with their sticks. It was contagious. And some funky plays like that, that, sometimes this game just is mean.
Yep.
And it was mean a few times, but all the credit to South Lyon, who found gaps, had the big 7-run inning, and would cruise to victory 9-4 in this one. See some of the highlights from the South Lyon offense and the attack. Absolutely. And it was that 7-run inning in the 4th.
Lots of hits, lots of gap hits, lots of perfectly placed hits. We saw a lot of that today. Lots of slapping going on. Just getting the runners on base and taking advantage of the times where they can take an extra base here and there. They definitely did that, and then followed it up with some big hits for sure.
So, the battle of the former coach, gone to St. Mary's, left South Lyon, ends in the way of the Lions winning this game 11-4. But more to come. The Eaglets will get another chance on another link in about 20 minutes. Don't go too far. We'll have Orchard Lake St. Mary's against Livonia Stevenson, who won Game 1 7-0 over this South Lyon team. We expect to have a great ball game. We'll talk to you then. For Chloe Hugg, my name's Chad Bush. So long from Orchard Lake. Game 2 coming up shortly on the Prep. Thanks for watching. So long, everybody.